You don't need anything except a blanket. So sitting down on your blanket or a cushion if you prefer that. Sitting however is comfortable for you, maybe cross-legged, maybe legs stretched out. And finding a letting go into your seat, sit bones grounding down. And with your next inhale, feel the spine rising tall out of your pelvis. Finding a neutral position for the spine. So it feels just balanced and easeful. Shoulders dropping away from the ears. Begin to deepen the breath and imagine the breath as a wave in the ocean, coming in and leaving the shore. You might even engage through the back of the throat, ujjayi breath, so the breath becomes audible and it even sounds like an ocean. So as you're breathing, getting in touch with the wateriness inside you. So we all know that we're like 70 to 80% water. And as you're feeling into the water in you, I invite you to start moving, maybe through the shoulders, like watery movement that encourages the spine to begin to flow a bit too. Noticing what does it feel like to let go of the rigidity of your structure of your body. And just feeling here, maybe your arms float up into the air and become part of the watery movement, waking up the spine. Just intuitively, eyes closed, not worrying about what you look like, but letting yourself be water. Keeping the breath flowing. And then bringing yourself back to the still seat. Maybe resting with palms up for receptivity. And tune into noticing how it feels in your body after connecting with this elemental wisdom of flow. Maybe the breath feels like it can flow a little more easily. Maybe the body feels a little more at peace. Gently opening your eyes, bringing your arms out in front of you. With your next inhale, we're going to float the right arm up and back behind, coming into a twist. And then inhale, come back up, exhale, forward. And we'll do the left side. Inhale up, exhale, back behind. Inhale up, exhale, forward. So we'll flow like this, letting the spine dance along. One more each side. Nice, and then opening the arms to the sides, letting the heart flow forward, and then gathering back in. We'll just keep opening and then gathering, letting this fluid movement in the arms be kind of like seaweed moving in the ocean. One more. And then coming back together, we'll drop the hands to the floor and melting out over the floor, stretching the hands out. And here, see if you can feel an undulation in your spine. So there's a little movement here, just kind of like little ripples through the spine, helping it elongate. And then inhale, coming back up. If your legs are crossed, let's cross them in the other direction. Bringing the hands to the heart. Take an inhale here. And exhale, connecting, sinking to the earth. With your next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Flowing over. Inhale, pressing back up. Exhale, side bend to the left. So we're going to flow side to side here. Letting this be a watery dance side to side, flowing up and over. Exhaling to each side and inhaling up. The next time you come to your right side, staying here, reaching long through the left arm, opening your heart to the sky a little bit more. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to circle the left arm in the biggest circles you can find. Feeling into this flow. And going back the other way, reversing the direction. And then reaching long through that side. We'll flow through this arm, kind of like it's In the ocean is seaweed, just kind of up and down through the left arm here. Notice how that changes the sensation through the side body or the arm. And with your next inhale, pressing back up, both arms come overhead. Exhale, side bend over to the left. We'll sink in here, opening the heart to the sky a little bit more. Extending that right arm, dropping the right hip, feeling those areas of tightness. Take an inhale. As you exhale, drop the right arm down and begin to circle it in the biggest circles you can find, tending to your shoulder. And let's go back the other way, reversing the direction. And ending with the arm reaching by the ear, dropping the hip down. And then finding this watery movement in the arm and feeling how that shifts the sensation or awareness. And then with your next inhale, pressing back up, both arms overhead. And exhale, wrist circles, falling leaves or falling rain. Floating the arms out and down, interlacing the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders. Inhale, lift, arms, heart to gaze. Shoulders dropping down. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale, back down to the heart. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, heart. Keep going, inhaling, up, shoulder, exhale down, inhale, left. One more each side. And coming back to center, releasing the hands, bring them back to your heart. Take an inhale. And exhale, release the hands to the floor, walking forward, stretching out with the legs crossed in this direction. And then find that fluidity in your spine, like this wave moving up and down your spine here. Walking the hands back in, stretching the legs out in front of you, bouncing out the knees, rolling the feet around. Awesome. And from here, we'll come to hands and knees. Feel free to put your blanket underneath your knees. Hands underneath the shoulders. Fingers spread really wide. Knees underneath the hips or a little bit wider. Take an inhale here. Exhale, round the spine, pressing the hips back towards the heels and then staying low, scoot forward, coming up to cow and then rounding back, cat. So continuing with this cat on a wheel, feeling in to the fluidity in your spine. The next time you come forward, curl your toes under, pressing back to a down dog, bending one knee deeply and then the other. We're going to do a little down dog to up dog flow here with a wave. This comes from Angela Farmer. So we're going to round in, tucking the chin towards the chest and tucking the pelvis. And then dropping the hips, unfurling, floating the legs if you can. Coming to up dog. Engage the core, press back to a down dog. Again, wave. And if you need to drop the legs, feel free. Let's do one more. Awesome. From here, inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it through to the top of the mat, dropping the left knee to the floor. Inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Interlacing the hands, index fingers pointing up towards the sky. All the other fingers are interlaced. Dropping the hips forward. And then pulling them back a little bit. So we're just going to move in the hips here. Beginning to move in a little bit of a balanced circle with the hips. And the shoulders are going to go opposite to balance. It's a bit of a flow. So coming forward, opening the arms out to the sides. Keeping the legs where they are, bring the arms forward, round the spine. Inhale, opening. This time, exhale, hugging around the thigh. Inhale, open back to the sides. Exhale, just rounding, reaching the arms in front. Inhale, open. Exhale, hugging the thigh. Rounding flow. Inhale, open. Exhale, touch the mat. Curling the back toes under, stepping forward with that back foot, coming into a pyramid pose. So we're moving both legs towards straight. You don't have to be fully straight. Squaring the hips and melting the head towards the knee. And we're going to do a little flow here. So inhale, extending the spine out, and exhale, rounding. Inhale, extending out. Exhale, rounding. One more. And then from here, we'll step the left foot forward, top of the mat, hanging in a forward fold. Might hold on to opposite elbows and take a couple breaths here. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, standing all the way up. Palms pressed together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a moment, let the blood flow redistribute. And then feeling this watery movement, we're going to do some circles. So we're going to reach the arms up into the air. So we're going to do this circling with the upper body, and with the lower body, we're going to also twist around in a circle, moving the hips, and then we'll go back the other way. Yay! Coming back to the top of your mat, and we're going to flow side to side, coming down, feet as wide as the mat, coming down into a squat, like water flowing down the mountain and then evaporating back up, flowing side to side here. Bringing more flow into our lives. Releasing the arms down, coming to Tadasana, palms facing the world in front of you. Feel the feet grounded to the earth, crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Soft knees, lifted heart. Inhale. Sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale down. Place the hands and step back to a down dog. And from the down dog, you can walk your legs out a little bit. We're going to do our flow in the wave again 3 times. So tucking pubic bone, curling in, chin to chest, pulling forward, unfurling, float those legs if you can, shoulders pressing down, engage the core, press back, down dog. Inhale, rounding. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, pulling back. Exhale here. One last time. Wonderful. Yay. With your next inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it through to the top of the mat. You're wrapping the right knee to the floor. And we'll bring the arms out and up, interlacing the fingers except for the index fingers. A little steeple here. And you can move in and out with the bend in the knee, getting into the hips a little more. And then we'll begin to circle the arms and the hips a bit here. Making this as little or as big as feels good to you. This is a bit of a balance challenge too. And then finding a nice place for those legs to stay, opening the arms out to the sides. Inhale. Exhale, curling forward, palms come towards each other. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug around the thigh, rounding. Inhale, open. Exhale, rounding forward. Flowing here. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug around the thigh. Inhale, open. Exhale, touch the mat. And we'll step that back foot in, coming to a pyramid pose. So ideally we want to have both feet flat on the floor, toes facing forward, and like the legs are, or the feet, if we drew lines from them, it would be railroad tracks next to each other. They're not in the same line. So we'll flow with the spine extending here. Inhale. Exhale, rounding, melting towards the knee. Inhale, expanding out. Exhale, melting. Moving with your breath, 2 more. And then stepping left foot forward, or sorry, right foot forward, hang in a forward fold. With your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up, standing all the way up. Let's keep the arms lifted and we'll begin this circling of the hips, circling of the arms, and moving around in the circle. We're getting ready for our Halloween dance moves here. And then going back the other way. And coming to the front of the mat, bringing the feet as wide as the mat. And we'll sway side to side with the arms flowing down to the ground into a squat, and then bringing up the evaporation, the water cycle, coming up. There's a cloud. Okay. Take an inhale here, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale down, we're going to sink into a squat, coming up onto the balls of the feet and lengthening the spine here. If you feel like you have your balance, you can lift your hands up to the heart. So you can take 3 deep breaths here. And then releasing down. You can move your blanket out of the way. And hug your knees into your chest. Rocking a little side to side here. And then placing your feet on the floor. Lifting your hips up slightly, scooting them a couple inches over to the right, laying them back down. Extend the left leg long. Inhale, bring the right knee into the chest, holding onto it with the left hand. And as you exhale, guide the leg over to the left, stretching the right arm out from the shoulder. You can look out over it if you'd like. And see if you can connect again with this watery body that you have. See if there can be a flow with the breath as we take 2 letting go breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Gently inhale, unwind. Come back to center, realign the spine. Pause for a moment. And we'll pick the hips up, scooting them a couple inches over to the left, laying them back down. Extend the right leg. Inhale, bring the left knee in, holding onto it with the right hand. And as you exhale, guide the knee over, stretching the left arm out. You can look out over it and see if with the breath flowing, releasing into this shape, you can feel watery nature, the shift in the body. And let's take 2 letting go breaths. With your next inhale, unwind. Come back to center, realigning the spine. And hug the knees into the chest, holding on to the knees, and let the knees move around in separate circles. Letting this flow come into the hips. Going back the other way. And then next time the knees come away from each other, let them stay there. Reach through the inside of the knees, grabbing on to the outside of the ankles or the feet for a happy baby pose. You can rock side to side here. If there's any final poses you would like to find before coming to Shavasana, feel free. Otherwise, stretching out long on your back. Setting yourself up well. Perhaps a blanket under your head or your knees. Or covering you up. Sliding the shoulder blades down the back. And for a moment, play around with your body being a vessel of water, and how can it just kind of undulate, flow on the floor. Until you just sink into being a puddle, relaxing, letting go. Nothing to do now, just be. back to the surface of your body. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And as you're ready, bend one knee and then the other, placing your feet on the floor, and come to rest over on your right side. Taking a breath here and keeping your eyes closed and your attention internal. Gently press your way up to find the seat. And sitting with your eyes closed, allow these words to wash over you. This is an excerpt from John O'Donohue's In Praise of Water, which is much longer. And the rain in the night, driven by the loneliness of the wind, to perforate the darkness, as though some air pocket might open to release the perfume of the lost day and salvage some memory from its forsaken turbulence and drop its weight of longing into the earth and anchor. Let us bless the humility of water, always willing to take the shape of whatever otherness holds it. The buoyancy of water, stronger than the deadening, downward drag of gravity, the innocence of water, flowing forth without thought of what awaits it. The refreshment of water, dissolving the crystals of thirst. Water, voice of grief, cry of love, in the flowing tear. Water, vehicle and idiom of all the inner voyaging that keeps us alive. Blessed be water, our first mother. Bringing the hands together in front of your heart, pressing your thumbs in to feel your heartbeat, your personal pulse. And take a deep breath of gratitude, sending that gratitude from your heart out to all the cells in your being. I thank you for joining me for practice. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.